Chapter 2 Season 6 has arrived, and I'm going to give my initial thoughts to a season that many have had their doubts about. From the reusing of the heist theme, from the return again of Midas, and the use of a pickle. There's many things that, for whatever reason, has gotten under the skin of many players. But to be fair, in recent days, the teaser trailers have put a few minds at ease. But now we're actually playing the season, I think that's completely gone away now for the majority of players. Apart from zero build competitive players, because that's still very much dead. Chapter 6 Season 2 has brought in an array of new weapons, new items, and new gameplay mechanics. One of the interesting new mechanics is Gold Rush. Basically it increases your speed, how fast your pickaxe swings, and how much damage your pickaxe does against structures too. Okay, that worked very effectively. That is a great addition to gameplay this season for Chapter 6 Season 2. Another new addition this season is how you open the vaults, which in-game actually confused me at first. I actually had to go into a custom game to work it out. You don't open it with whatever I'm using here, you open it with a thermite, which it just obviously show, but I was very discombobulated in an actual game. So once you place the thermite, you will kind of activate a raid sort of type thing, which will send henchmen and some more powerful henchmen. You can help the process along, but only when they get really hot, which it gives pretty decent loot as well as a deal coin which you can use at the black market to buy yourself the mythic or a boon. Again, this is another great inclusion that Fortnite has made to this season in Chapter 6 Season 2. I feel like sometimes the addition of these extra gameplay missions, shall we call them, really does take away from the game and eventually becomes a bit of a bore and you end up not doing it. But of course it's still early days. We could be 2 weeks down the line and be thinking, oh, this is stupid, there's no point of going to the black market or robbing the banks. But I'm feeling good about this one. This season we see 2 additions of some real cool specialist items in Sub-Zero's Kombat Kit as well as the KneeCapper bats. I believe there was some early talk with the drill, with the fact that it was going to have durability on like the rocket ram. In relation to these items, it's definitely needed. Oh my god, why do I keep getting third-partied? The Sub-Zero Mythic is rather impressive too. The dash effect can be used as an offensive or defensive maneuver. It laughs when you kill someone, that's kind of cool. Like literally the only bad thing I've got to say at the moment is for some reason it said I could build here and it didn't build a single thing. So the ice slide is pretty cool, but the actual combat attack of the Sub-Zero Mythic is very smooth. Oh no, what I wasn't ready for with this Mythic is the fact that you can walk on water, because I was trying to get gold effect from a gold river, but it did end up getting me killed because of this. But good addition. I think talking about new items, weapons this season, the only thing I think could be a initial problem is the Collateral AR. The intriguing thing about this sequence of play is I managed to use a thermite, which my opponent couldn't handle. It did no more than 10 HP damage, but it spooked them. Of course, it'd be something that people get used to in the coming days, and it will probably end up being less effective, or people would deal with it a little bit more calmer. But in that situation, it helped. And you know what else would help, chat? If you could hit that like button. As the more likes the video gets, YouTube hopefully pushes my video to more people, and I would appreciate it very much if more people could see this video. So hit that like button, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. A handy little item is the pulse scanner. You chuck it down and every so often it will keep pinging enemies, chests, ammo crates and NPCs. Very handy. I haven't retested its limits. I did try and think I could pick it up, but you can't pick it up once you place it down. I don't know if I would have liked to see if you could pick them up and then place them elsewhere, but I can't have any real complaints about the scanner. It's just a suggestion. The Plasma Burst Cannon. Now, I actually think this does a little bit too much damage currently. A really good mid-range weapon. I wouldn't go any close to it or wouldn't go any further away from where I am currently on this player. Or maybe the damage is in the sweet spot and it won't change, but I think maybe a little bit of balancing. Of course, the drill is currently not in the game. That won't be in the game until 34.10. But oh my god, What a great decision to have the drill out of the game and to actually add the collab item at the first day of the season. I'm presuming that was a swap out here. It's been one of my pet hates for ages, and that they will always have a collab in the battle pass and obviously a collab item, and it won't be in a game for like 4 weeks. Now this is a shorter season, so we won't be waiting as long as we normally do, but it's really nice to have the collab item in now. Talking about collabs and skins, if you do buy anything in the Fortnite item shop, or of course buy the Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 2 Battle Pass, consider using creator code MrJoy, MRJOY, #ad, #partner. I do believe this can go down as one of the great seasons, but it probably won't because of the shotgun meta that has infected Chapter 6 for whatever reason, and maybe quite a bit of Chapter 5, is that the shotguns are still very weak. The ARs are so much better this season, but the shotguns are still lacking in the department of actually being good. Of course, these videos are my initial thoughts on the season, so the day one stuff, so sometimes I don't find things, or for some reason I just can't get the bosses at the moment. So I haven't got Fletcher Kane's Mammoth Pistol, but I have had to go on the Mammoth Pistol for the non-mythic ones, and it's of course still a pretty good weapon. I don't know if I'm right with this thought I currently have in here, but I feel like Fortnite has actually improved on Season 1. Sometimes they take too big of a shift in metas and gameplay and mechanics, which sometimes you need to change things up. But this is just the right amount of spice to add on top of what we had good in Season 1 and to give us this Season 2. It's funny because people were like, how can we go from a Japanese theme season and go into this season now where we have this heist theme season? But I actually feel like it's almost an actual natural successor as opposed to some other seasons that should have worked so much better but just didn't. Again, day one thoughts. Now usually I add battle passes into these videos, but I mean the battle pass was kind of leaked to us very early on in the week, and I feel like we talked about it enough, so I'm going to move on from this very quickly. But as the days have passed, this battle pass has grown on me. Now, in an actual game, I only managed to get one of these boons, or at least noted it down, and that's when I managed to pay for it using a deal coin, and that was Gold Rush boon, which I think arguably may be the weakest one out of all of these, but handy nonetheless. So my final thoughts. I think Fortnite and Epic Games have done a very fantastic job with Chapter 6 Season 2. The POIs, the brand new biome is amazing, and I do love the direction they're going in. Like the story they've created for Chapter 6, because people say that storyline doesn't really matter anymore, but it does in terms of when you're trying to put together a Fortnite season. In terms of items, the map changes, the main mechanic of the season, which is entangled, one in an event and two in massive map changes, and that's a gold rush. So story is important, even though obviously we don't have voice lines because of exterior reasons actually for the last couple of seasons. So they need some form of a story to use as a framework to be able to build and construct a season, or you're going to struggle and you will end up losing identity throughout the chapter. But at the moment they got it right. But please, can they sort out the melee issue when you can't switch and you just end up keep attacking using melee? I mean, it's probably more of a me problem. But guys, comment down below what you make of Chapter 6 Season 2, and I will hopefully get back to you. And as I head out, why is that a bit of a tongue twister? And as I head out, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, of course. Thank you very much. But of course, if you did enjoy this video, you may enjoy this video because it's kind of similar. And until next time, it has been your boy, MrJoy. Till next time, bye-bye.